All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pierce's Wildlife Podcast.
Welcome, welcome.
You know, it's so funny. I looked back on the episode last week, and we had a whole thing that we were going to talk about every week.
Yep.
When we started this.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned into, wait, this is a whole lot more fun when we just fly off the handle and see where it takes us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we tried to have some agendas, and it just was...
It was good.
It was still good, and I mean, have certain topics and stuff.
But you don't never know where we're going to go now.
No, we really don't. We enjoy that. Hope y'all do.
Yeah. But speaking of, you just took off rambling through the woods this week.
Yeah. Yesterday it was kind of, nasty, wet, and everything else. So
yeah,
I just put on my muck boots and said, "Bo, let's go walk."
Yeah, you're looking for sheds.
Looking for sheds, hoping I'd run up on some.
You did find a pretty big hole.
Yeah, I found a big old hole back there, and it was a dead armadillo right beside it.
Yeah,
and he was eat up. So I don't know if it was a coyote hole, and that was the shell just throwed out of the hole, or if the armadillo just dug himself to death.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's about all you can say right there.
That armadillo just dug and dug.
He just dug. He couldn't take no more. That poor fella.
That is so funny.
It's a nice hole, though.
Yeah, it is nice.
I gotta give him a hand on that one.
Yeah. He gave himself a hand, too.
Yeah, Lord of mercy.
I don't know.
Probably got overheated.
Yeah. I went walking around a little bit this weekend, too. Not much. Really just to put out corn and just see what was going on. Which, I haven't been seeing that big wide 8-pointer that was over at the property. And I normally see him on the camera, once a week or so. I ain't been seeing him. There was a topic that I saw about when do the big bucks or when do majority of the deer get killed. I should have researched that more. We might talk about that in a couple of weeks because it's a big percentage outside of deer season.
Yeah.
Like they get hit by cars, they don't have the nutrition, they catch a disease, they had a fighting problem or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just a wild theory to think about because, in hindsight of that, you have the idea of like letting small deer walk, letting big deer walk so they can get bigger. And then that also transpires into like, how do you feel about the mindset of, well, if I don't shoot him, the neighbor will. Well, at the same time, if I don't shoot him, a car will.
That's right.
It
could be anything. You're giving him a chance to make it through another year or another opportunity for you to be able to, have a shot on him or whatever. Maybe he'll be a lot better deer next year, but that's all dependent on if he makes it.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that could, hinder his life.
Right.
Yeah. Lots of it. You don't never know.
And it's wild to think about, really, because I like to think like cars don't play a factor, but they do.
Well, going down 16, headed to work, I seen 3 on the side of the road between here and there, and we're way out of the season.
Yeah.
And they don't have antlers right now, so you don't know if they're bucks or does.
Yeah. Which I will say, I've been looking a lot for sheds. I haven't found any yet.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like I'm going to find probably at least 1 or 2, but I hope I do at least. Well, speaking of going down the road the other day, do you remember, I guess it was when I was living just right up the road, I came home late from work one day and I called you and I said, Dad, there's a whole family of skunk right here, right up the road from my house. You remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
I don't think I've ever seen a skunk in the day, especially around here, which I know we have them, obviously, but I'm just saying, like,
you can smell them.
You don't see them. And now that you think about it, when's the last time you smelt one?
I smell them in town all the time.
Yeah. I don't know if that's skunk.
I ain't sure either, but it smells like them.
It's funny, man, because actually now I think about it, I haven't smelt a skunk on the side of the road in a while. I don't know.
Surely
that population isn't going up or down or right.
Well, they kind of, I don't know if they hibernate or not, but I don't smell them a lot during the winter
Yeah,
time.
I wouldn't think they.
I
I don't know.
think so.
That might
I
be
would,
something we
yeah,
need to look into
yeah, maybe so.
for sure.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Which, speaking of that, kind of got me in the mindset of trapping because I haven't trapped one, and I know a buddy of mine down in Woodbury. He traps them sometimes. Actually, now I think about it, pretty frequently. I've never trapped one. Never
Is there
caught
a
one.
special trap for them, or
No,
is it
I would just think that they probably get in a dog proof or in a foothold.
on a foothold?
But speaking of trapping, I wanted to tell a quick story real quick. You know, I guess it was probably 3 years ago now. I remember when I was trapping this property, this was well before y'all started living here.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having a trap set right here on top of the hill. You could see it from the driveway. And that was before I started trapping all back by the river. So literally all I had to do was come over here, pull up to the gate. If there's something in the trap, go get it, leave out the gate. And I don't know if you remember, but it was real muddy those first couple years that we started trapping over here. And so I tried to not contaminate that. But anyways, I pulled up to the gate one day and I said, man, I see something in my trap. Or no. I pulled up to the gate and I saw something in the middle of the road. I was like, man, what is that? I got to look a little closer. I don't have binoculars or nothing. It's a dang bobcat standing right in the middle of the road. And I was like, what in the world? Why is there a bobcat standing in the middle of the road? So I grabbed my lever action 30-30, the one I killed my first deer with. And it's old iron sight, and there's no scope or nothing on it. And this is about 100 yards from where I'm parked. And dude, I see that thing in the middle of the road, and I just kind of prop up on my door, and I shoot it. And when I shoot it, I see two other ones scatter off in the woods, and I see something moving around in the trap. So I open the gate, pull down there. That bobcat's dead in the middle of the road. And there's another bobcat in the foothold trap.
I remember
And
that.
I get to thinking about that. Like normally, and I don't know how often you guys see bobcats. I don't see bobcats in the woods very often. If I do, it's probably a one, and it's kind of, off to its own. It's doing its own thing. But I have never seen bobcats travel like in a pack or known that they did. The only thing that I could think is that was a family that was probably a young bobcat, because it was kind of a smaller one, but it wasn't. I mean, it was no smaller than that one right there on the edge of the table. But I pulled up and I had that one in the trap too, and I just thought that was wild, just because that scenario, like how rare is that to pull up on the trap, plenty enough for them to see you, open the door, pull your gun out, and they're still there hanging out.
Run. You would have thought they'd have run when they seen you. I don't know, man. We've got some, the bobcats that we found over here has been pretty good size.
Yeah. Which another time I was over there, I was setting a trap on top of the hill over there where it splits off, goes to where you found them two pretty good rubs this weekend.
On the mountain.
Yeah. And I cut my Ranger off, and I was by myself that day or that night because I couldn't get over there during the day to set the trap. And I set it that night, and it was probably, 11, 12 o'clock. Probably a little too late to be setting traps, but who cares? So I'm out there setting the trap, and I heard a bobcat. And I don't know if you guys ever heard a bobcat
in the woods.
And you always hear people say it sounds like a woman scream. I don't know that it does. I think it's even more.
Well, the terminology is it sounds like an old woman screaming.
Yeah.
And it's similar. It's real similar. If you can imagine what an old woman screaming like. I ain't choked one in a long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard them screaming in the woods, and it does run cold chills up your spine.
And it is such an eerie feeling, like, because like to me, it almost you can't compare it to anything.
No. I've seen them walking through the woods, and man, they're quiet. They don't snap a twig or nothing.
No, they don't.
Very soft feet, and you just watching them walk through the woods. It's really cool to watch them walk through.
It is.
And you're always like, God, I hope he don't come up this tree.
I know.
I'm be like Jerry Clower. Oh, somebody shoot this thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know, it's funny you say that because actually, golly, I feel like I mention his name every dang podcast, but my best friend Brian was hunting one time, and I can't remember if it was at Joe Kerr's or if it was somewhere else, but he was sitting in a tree and he was deer hunting. He was bow hunting. And he said he watched this bobcat, and this bobcat literally climbed up a tree about eye level with him, sat on a branch, watching.
I've seen one laying in a tree before, and it laid there and laid there.
That's what he said. He says just laid there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not even sure if it came down or not because it was dark, and I was like, I really didn't want to get down out of the tree.
I know.
But I knew I had to get back to the truck one way or another. Creepy.
It is, man.
It's a good-looking animal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which we're about a third of the way through, so we're just going to take a quick commercial break here before we get back rolling on it.
All right, let's do it.
Pro Forestry Mulching. If you're ready to get your property in shape for hunting season or just want to upgrade it, Pro Forestry Mulching and Property Services is your go-to for Georgia. They handle home sites, mulching, driveway work, and demo cleanup. They're fully licensed and insured. They offer free estimates and top-notch service. Call them today at 770-865-6164 and tell them you heard it on the podcast. Those guys will do you an excellent job on anything you need, getting your hunting land ready for hunting season.
That's right.
Which, speaking of crazy things, you saw something crazy in the woods one time when you were deer hunting.
I've seen several crazy things.
I'm talking about when you were back there hunting on the river.
Yeah, I was back in the river and just enjoying myself. Went back there, it's quiet, sitting down in the stand, and all of a sudden I just heard something whining real loud, sounded like a boat motor. I couldn't make out what it was, and I'm like, that sounds like it's getting closer. And the water was up on the river that day, and about that time I'm watching the water over there. Around the bend, I heard just screaming down through there. These daggum 2 jet skis come around the corner and just flew by where I was at down there and just kept on getting it. They went on down. I guess they went down to the bridge on 16.
Yeah.
They turned around and came back a little while longer. They come down through there, and here they come again. I'm like, good Lord, these things is getting it up there. That was probably the kind of, I don't know what you say. It was neat to see them coming down the river. You know, a lot of people don't think they come down this river and stuff. But this river is, once the water gets up on it, you know, it's pretty deep. But you know, most of the time it's so low you can't hardly walk through it.
Yeah, like the Flint here is super obstructed.
Right.
Like there's trees down and
everywhere,
there's tight gaps and there's sandbars and there's this and that.
There's a lot of work to go down the river here.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because, like, thinking back on that situation, I don't know if I would have been like laughing like that is crazy, or if I would have been like pissed, like, come on, bro, it's right in the middle of deer season.
I mean, it was at the right about the prime time too. I'm like, golly, it's late for them to be out there. Game warden probably ate them up if they'd have caught them on the river down there, but I don't know where they came from.
Yeah.
If they got off, you know, on somebody else's property down up above where we was at, or if they got on the water over on 92, they could have rode from 92 down to 16, turned around, came back, and went back over there again. But I don't know.
Now, is that when you were hunting that big 11-pointer over there?
That was when,
or was that the year before?
No, that was the same year that right there got killed. Zach killed that one. Yeah, it was just one of those deals, and I thought I was going to see something that night.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't.
No.
You know, that ruined everything. I said, I might as well get on down and go to the house.
Yeah.
So.
Which I will say, hunting on the river has got a lot of perks, and it's got a lot of downfalls. The biggest downfall, I think, and I know this sounds crazy because, like, how do you have a downfall hunting on the river?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 reasons. First reason is if the river or the creek's high, like, the deer can't really get in there, and it's so muddy, they're not fooling with that.
Yeah, but you don't normally see nothing around there when the water's high.
Right. And another downfall to it is, man, if the river's just right and the deer could go to it, you're going to give yourself away because you're watching all the wood ducks and all the ducks just swimming up and down thinking,
scenery is gorgeous.
Why did I not bring my shotgun?
That's my favorite part. Yeah, Lord. There's been many times sitting on that river back here and watching ducks come around the bend.
At the Wildcat Bend hunting stand.
Wildcat Bend.
Man, you can sit there and literally, I mean, you could watch ducks for hours.
You could. Sure could.
And it's not even like
if you go back there and hunt for them,
no,
you ain't gonna see a duck.
You ain't gonna see a duck. That's what's so funny. That's where I was going next, because it's like, you think about it, like you go to hunt that area for ducks, you're not gonna kill them.
Nope.
It's got to be a perfect scenario. You got to be deer hunting with no shotgun.
Yeah, and if you go back there and you do duck hunt, when they come by, you do come by and in them woods, and you just about can't. You hear them go by, and you know it's like, where'd that duck go?
Yeah,
yeah. It is fun looking at them. But
speaking of ducks, you were over at the house the other night when you saw that snow geese fly over the house.
I was. Yeah, that was a surprise there.
Yeah, I had mentioned.
He said, "Look here." He look up at them geese. And I looked up there. I said, "Well, I'm a dead gum. There he is."
Yep. And I told y'all, and I thought I was thinking y'all might have thought I was a little bit full of it.
I don't know, man. I just don't seem right seeing a snow goose around here. Bunch of Canadians, though.
It was flying right with them.
A long way from home.
Yeah. Which I don't know, why they wouldn't be here, or even specks or blues, but like, I've never seen one here.
No.
You know, I've seen them, closer to Florida, when they're trying to get to, whether they go to which that place that I was looking at, squirrel, that place that I was looking at that we're talking about trying next year it's in Apalachicola,
Florida.
and it's a duck hunt, and it's called, what did they call it? I can't remember.
I don't remember what you said.
I think it's something like surf and anyways, it's not surf and turf.
No,
but anyways,
that sounds good.
It does sound good. But the point in saying that is there was a place down there that says that they shoot a lot of diver ducks, a lot of puddle ducks, snow specks, and blues. And I was thinking, well, surely that's probably just them passing through. But it's, to me, like,
was that on the tail end of the flyway, or?
Well, the flyway's on the the Mississippi, but to me, they got to be going there, because you got the diver ducks that enjoy the fish that, and some of the puddle ducks that enjoy whatever that area is.
I was thinking the flyway went from up north all the way down to the ocean. Is that how it works?
It does.
Okay.
But not in Florida. It's
right.
mainly, right there at Louisiana and Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
So I guess what I'm getting at is, I don't know why. There are wildlife management areas, and there are things that attract.
They're still hunting.
Yeah,
warm water.
Yeah,
weather.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's just wild, because it's just like them ringnecks and them bufflehead being right down the road. It's like we see them.
Mm-hmm. We've seen some pretty unique ducks around here.
Right. It's just not like what we and then you want to get real skeptical, and we talk about baiting a little bit, with deer season, and we do have what we feel some people around here that bait ducks, but you don't hear of diver ducks like that getting shot. You see ringnecks, you see redheads, I've even seen I don't want to sound crazy, but back in the day when the reservoir was always full, it pretty much held nothing but what you would see on diver ponds. So and I know ruddy ducks are not diver ducks, but they generally hang with diver ducks. And so when the reservoir was full, you would always see ringnecks, buffleheads, redheads. I've seen canvasback out there, mergansers, ruddy ducks, but you just don't hear of people killing ducks like that around here, even with the birds around.
No, because and most people post their kills on Facebook.
Yeah.
See? And most what we see around here is wood duck.
Yeah. Which I know I don't know if we're on a topic of seeing crazy things, but I remember one time I was hunting the Flint, and I was hunting it by myself. Gosh, I should not be hunting it by myself, and I know that.
Again.
This was not the same morning that I flipped my kayak.
All right.
But I was going to the pump station, and I remember getting I wasn't even at the pump station yet. I was literally just put my kayak in the water, and I was about to make the bend to go back right to go, up that long stretch. And right when I had made the left turn, I had heard something kind of moving around in the water, but I didn't see nothing. I kind of looked over to my left. I was like, what is that moving around in the water? I could tell it was something on top of the water. So I was thinking my initial reaction was, is this a beaver? Is this an otter? Whatever. I look over, it's a dang coot right there tucked up in the dang lily pads.
That's funny.
And it's funny because I've never seen a coot in this area.
Mm-hmm. I thought you was going to say alligator or something.
Yeah. Well, there has been reportings of them.
Yeah, they have.
You know, remember that one that got hit in Peachtree City?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like 2 years ago? Like a big one, like 13 foot.
Yeah, it was a big one, yeah.
But then also, Pastor Ken right up the road called Jason with Snakes Are Us and pulled a dang 6-footer off the Flint. And that's a little bit.
That ain't even a half mile from here.
North of us.
Mm-hmm. So it had to go by.
Yeah, it had to go by.
It had to go by here.
But I tell you, you know, sometimes I wonder, and I do think alligators travel just like pigs travel and ducks travel and deer and whatever, all those things.
I've seen a lot of cartoons. Them animals like to go.
Yeah. Especially that Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, Lord mercy.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
Wild. Yeah, he's dumb. But it's funny because, like, I also know of scenarios where people have alligators in this area. Why? Who knows?
Well, that's what they do. They keep them till they can't keep them no more, and then they dump them in the river.
Yeah, because what are you supposed to do?
I don't know. Let them be somebody else's problem, I guess.
You can't call a game warden and say, hey, I have an alligator
I have an illegal alligator.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have a license to have this thing.
Yeah.
But can you handle it?
I don't know.
Because really, no, what do you do?
I mean, if we don't want them around here, don't be bringing them up here.
Exactly.
You know? They're going to get here on their own anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which we're going to take just another quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Right now is the time to be getting your hunting blinds and your feeders out. Right now.
It's the time.
You cannot wait any longer.
Today.
If you put them out a week or two before deer season, they're not going to come in there naturally. They're going to feel pressured and all that good stuff. Well, right up the road on Highway 16 is River Grove Supply. They have the Banks hunting blinds and their feeders right there. If you mention this podcast, you'll get an additional 5% off your purchase. If you mention Courier Pop as well, the same, 5% off. They offer free installation and free shooting lane clearing. Shoot them a message on Facebook or go to their website at rivergrovesupply.com.
That's a bargain.
All right, we're back here.
Here we go.
Here we go. You know, if you guys want to add an extra spot on here, please feel free to reach out. We'd love your guys' support.
Absolutely would.
So you were just talking a minute ago about that hole at your house that we addressed a couple weeks ago.
That's right. I don't know what it is, but it's apparently back because we covered everything up and put pine straw over there because we're trying to get some pictures, house on the market and stuff. And I went over there a couple nights ago and that pine straw's moved out of the way and the hole's back again. So
we need to put a camera out there.
We're going to have to figure out what that is.
I'd love to know what it is.
I don't know.
And we kind of need to know before we attack it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, if it is a fox or bobcat, we need to probably put a specific foothold.
I know. If I walk up on it, I'm going to scream like a girl. When I walked up in that hole back there yesterday, I seen that dead carcass laying there. I said, oh, Lord, is there something in that hole?
Yeah, I know.
I walked up. I looked like I was some tactical guy with that rifle.
And it is funny because, like, when you walk up on a big hole like that and you feel very confident it's a coyote hole, like, you do have to, I mean, you have to be ready.
I was coming down there. I was walking up close to it. I said, here, Bo. Bo, he's over there sniffing of the carcass. I said, no, let's leave that alone. We're going to make sure there's nothing in that hole first. So now that he knows where it's at, though, I'm a little concerned that thing may show up here at the house.
Yeah. Oh, the armadillo?
Yeah. He might come walking up through the woods with a hat on his head or something.
Yeah, I know. That's funny.
It is.
You know, back there where we go to the river, I don't know about where that was in correlation to what spot I'm talking about, but do you remember that one year where we was back there, we were going back there fishing, and I noticed something off to my left. I don't know that you were back there. I think it was just me and Eden at this time and the kids, and we went back there to go fishing. Maybe you were back there.
It sounds familiar already.
And we walked and we saw that pottery and stuff kind of on the top of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew that it was just after big rain and it had
Yep.
washed all the top dirt off.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw something sticking out and we started digging it up.
Yep.
And man, for you guys to kind of have a visualization of what we found, we saw like one piece of pottery, and I don't remember exactly what it was. It might have been a piece of glass sticking up, but it was like, oh man, this is cool. So we kind of pull it up. Then we start kind of looking around, and there's other pieces. There's like
Yep.
spoons and forks, and we're like,
Mm-hmm.
why is all this stuff right here?
Right.
We go to digging, dude. We found where there used to be an old moonshine still right there on the river.
That's right.
We found copper line,
That's right.
metal pots, copper hose, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And we found spoons. We found the top of an old moonshine jar. You know where the two eyelets are on both sides. Right. That's up there at the shop. I got it on the, and it's just cool because like
some mason jars.
Yep, some mason jars. Some pretty cool.
Some old mayonnaise jars and just all kind of.
You know, some of them glass bottles were like completely intact still.
Yep, more dated on the bottom of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool because like right there on the river, you knew that what it had to be.
I was just fixing to say I found one back there yesterday too.
Did you? What'd you find yesterday?
Another jar.
A full jar?
Yeah, and actually had a little poke mark in the lid like somebody was using it to put money in it or something.
Oh, that's wild.
But I set it on top of that deer stand I had back there, that platform rather.
And that's one thing that I was going to say is out here on the river.
You don't know what you're going to find.
You really don't know what you're going to find. I mean, I have found
a boot back there too. I was like, Lord, I hope that person was all right. You don't never know.
You really don't ever know. And who knows?
I never want to walk back there and find a body washed up.
Right.
That'd be terrible.
People have done it before.
Oh, yeah. I just don't want to see it.
Yeah. It's like that Chris Knight song.
Mm-hmm.
Down the river.
Down the river.
Y'all should check that out. That's a pretty cool.
What's his brother's name?
Oh, dang.
I can't think of it.
Did he ever call his name?
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, but I can't remember it right off.
Wilson. No. Wilson was the guy who. Anyways,
Wilson was the bad guy. Yeah, he'd probably be the one washed up on the bank.
You guys got to check out that song if y'all listen to it, called "Down the River" by Chris Knight. It is a.
It's good river music.
Yeah, it's good river music.
Sitting back there with a fire, fishing, having a good time.
It's a good one, but it's cool because like we found some really unique things out there on the river. After, floods and all that. And I don't know if you remember that yellow and white plate. I don't know where the box is, but it's still, we still use that plate like to serve steaks on.
Yep.
And that thing is old. I cleaned it up real good, the best I could. And this thing's got to be, I'd probably say early 1900s.
Yeah.
Early. And now to this day, when we cook steaks over here, we still put all the steaks on that plate that we found out at the river.
I still got that old sink we found back there.
And if you know about it, I mean that. And the sink and that dang saw that we found too. We found two saws out here, right?
Yep, push pull saw.
Yep.
And that one was up in the woods. And I found a screwdriver and some other stuff. That's actually where I found that jar yesterday.
Oh, really? Where we were talking about?
Yeah, they were probably something. That might have been where they was eating a sandwich or something. Left their stuff back there.
Yeah,
when they were logging, because back then that's what they did. They cut all that stuff like years ago. You don't never know, but it's weird. We ain't never found no daggum arrowhead back there.
We haven't
found a ton of them.
I know you would think it, and I've searched. There's been times where I've got off in the river and in the creek. And like digging, especially over there where Wildcat bends around, where them guys over there on it.
Yep.
The other side. I've been off in them rocks, like flipping rocks over.
Yep.
And just ain't found no arrowheads, and I can't believe that, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you guys want to have a good time, go walk a river.
Oh, that's fun.
Especially after peaceful. A big rain. And it floods over,
The water was perfect yesterday. It was just right at the top of the bank.
Yeah.
I thought when I got back to the river, it was going to be flooding over. But it wasn't. It was perfect. Yep. I was like, man, today would have been a good day to get on them jet skis, I guess, for them boys.
And you mentioned going out there in the mud motor. Which I do love our boat. Well, speaking of our boat, So Eden posted a video of that thing on Instagram. Dude, that video has like, I want to say close to 1 million likes, which has got a lot more views. And people are still messaging her about like, what kind of boat is it? What kind of mud motor? I mean, all
Really?
these things. It's so funny because it's like,
That's that one where you and the kids and all was on
yeah.
it, right? Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like, and I'll have to attach a link to this because it's funny because the video is just a normal video, but you add the music, you add the little phrase, and it's a good video.
There you go.
Makes
you want to go get in the water and ride up the river.
I know. Which I did see this other video of these of a couple riding up I don't remember if they were up a river or whatever, but I'm ready to go cruise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time to get on the lake and start, doing all the fishing and setting them noodles. It's time.
Yep, that's right.
Well,
it is.
Well, this one's over.
Wow.
Just like that.
Yeah, see? We didn't have nothing planned, and there
No,
we
we
go.
didn't.
We good.
All right. Well, you got turkey season coming up in a couple weeks, and
That's
also
right.
people are super heavy in fishing right now. So
I'm ready to do some of that.
yeah. I just real quick, I looked up turkey season earlier, and we'll get to hunt a little bit earlier than public land hunters, but then there was another one where it was like you get to hunt another week, obviously, if you're a youth, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, I might have to take Flint a little early.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So, guys, don't forget, though, it's coming up. And even them brim and catfish now, whatever it is, if it makes you shake, don't wait, don't hesitate. Shoot that thing. Well, don't shoot the fish. Thanks for listening, guys.
Living in the